$50 million brand, well-established brand, profitable, doing well, but it's been all Meta. They've heard about TikTok shops and they're like, okay, we want to get in on this. Maybe they have a TikTok account, but it's, they're not going viral on TikTok or anything like that. It's not a well-established thing. So the organic social side of TikTok is nothing much. How should a brand like that, and feel free to make up any other I'm really not thinking of anybody in particular. So make up any other attributes of this brand that you want. What should that brand do next? Besides, of course, higher up growth commerce to help them. Which I mean, actually plug yourself here. Like you should talk about who the ideal client is to work with you and some of that stuff, because I think that would be helpful for people, right? People don't want to figure this out from scratch, but tell people what that brand should do next.
Sure. So we're working with brands of that size. We've been really, really lucky to get into this kind of sort of special group at TikTok called the Global Key Accounts. So that's brands that are 4 billion and above. That's been a mind-boggling to work with brands of that size. And so we love $50 million brands because they're a lot more nimble.
Yeah, right.
So yes, we would. That sounds like a great time working with a brand that can make decisions a lot faster, and can do stuff, and it's not all caught up in red tape. So that's fun. So let me walk you through exactly what we would do at Upgrowth, just because I think that's and by the way, at some point when you're listening to this, Upgrowth is becoming Social Commerce Club. I'm going so all in on social commerce that we're rebranding, but really like reculturing into Social Commerce Club. And so we're going to have Social Commerce Club Creator Network, which is what I'm going to talk about here. That is really the big key part of this, and why it's like so creator centric. What we're doing here. So so enough about that. This is what we do. This is what we eat, sleep, and breathe all the time. So that's my pitch for this is to get in touch with us.
Great.
But let me,
which they should do at upgrowthcommerce.com.
Yes. Yeah. Go to upgrowthcommerce.com
or
search me out on
Jordan,
LinkedIn.
You want to
Twitter.
work with Jordan directly, go check it out. Upgrowthcommerce.com. Link is in the show notes for that. And you can also follow Jordan on X or DM him there, right? JordanWest.com.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yep. Though occasionally I do miss my DMs. Like Taylor Holiday messaged me this morning and multiple times, "Hey, you there? Yeah. I have a client.
Yeah.
I have a client I need to send your way.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Okay. Well, try and DM him at JordanWest.com. All the links are there. So, okay. So that all said,
thank you.
What do they do?
Yeah, I super appreciate that, Andrew. I'm really here just to give the knowledge because it's really important that people understand. So number one, you need to think about the creator, right? At the end of the day, this is going to be creator driven. They're going to be the biggest leverage that you ever have. And so what creators want, right? So before you ever do anything, you need to think about your product, right? Do not sell the same product that you sell on Amazon or on your .com or in retail on TikTok. It has to be TikTok specific. So that could be a TikTok specific product, right? So you could have a TikTok specific size. It could be a TikTok specific bundle, but it has to be something specific. Now, Andrew, you're probably wondering why, right? What is the big reason? It's because these creators understand the halo effect that TikTok has. They understand the halo that they have, that they are salespeople for the brand itself, and that they're not going to get compensated on anything other than converts on TikTok itself, right? They do not get a halo check, right? The brand does, but they do not. And so these influencers, especially the high-end ones, and these are the ones that you want to go after, right? 100K plus of GMV, they are not going to work with you if you do not have a TikTok specific drop, right? So the brands that we're working with that are doing really well have built this in, and they're doing all of their drop schedule on TikTok. And so they're getting all of this insane amount of buzz because they're doing these TikTok shop specific drops. And so this is what we're recommending, right? Is like have a product there. So you need to think about that first. Try and have an AOV. Now, like people would be like, oh, the lower AOV, the better. I totally disagree because this is also an ads game, right? You are going to have to pay to play. It's not just influencers that are going to drive this. If you want to get to scale, you're going to have to run some ads, right? So like on a recent account that I'm thinking of, 1.2 million in sales in the month. We ran about 300,000 of ads. So pretty good return, I would say. Yeah. Right. But remember now we also have to bake in a certain percentage for those affiliates as well. Right. So it still puts it well above like a 2.5 return on ad spend.
I recently had a month where I made 3,500 ads in 1 month for 5 clients. And when I say I made them, what I really mean is that my team made them, and that would have been impossible without my friends at Behind the Scenes Studio. Behind the Scenes Studio is a meta ads focused design and edit agency based in the Philippines, so it's incredibly affordable. People with deep talent, and in fact have been trained in the way of thinking about meta ads that I talk about on this podcast all the time, which is building lots of volume, lots of variance for every ad. And so they're well set up to execute a great meta ads design and edit strategy, giving you beautiful ads that you or your clients will love at serious scale. Go to btsstudio.co to work with the same creative teams that I work with in my business to power yours. Even if you have to double that ad spend, if it's another 300 in affiliate fees, let's just say, right? That's still a 2-to-1. Like that's still at that kind of scale. That's monster. That's monster. Yeah, that's really good performance.
Plus the halo. Right? Plus the halo that we don't even really understand yet exactly what it is.
Yep.
So that is the very first thing, right? Is set yourself up for success.
So you want to think about target creators, ideally, especially the 100K GMV types. And you want to think about specifically designing specific product that is going to make their life easier on selling it specifically on TikTok and be something sort of exclusive. I imagine there's even a world here where you could like make I don't know if you want to go all the way to co-branded product, but to do something really clever, maybe there's some kind of way to sort of make it really unique to them. Is that worth doing?
Probably not, because you're going to be working with hundreds of influencers.
Okay, great.
Right. So that might be a little bit more difficult. What I would do is co-brand it with like something with TikTok, right? Like I yesterday on my agency, at our agency, we had Sarah Levenger come in, and Sarah is just an absolute master when it comes to talking about psychology, right? And she was talking about the psychology of TikTok Shop and some of the color choices that they've made. So think about some of the color choices that TikTok has made, right? They're not dumb. They understand the colors around that. Use those colors in your products, right? Maybe have a TikTok specific product that has some sort of color, right? Don't use their branding, but pull some sort of color that TikTok uses. And then have that TikTok specific. Think of Costco, right? Costco will always have a different model, right? You can never get the very same thing that you get at Costco anywhere else. Use that exact same methodology on TikTok Shop. Yeah. You're going to have to do it on the other channels as well, right? YouTube is going to be the exact same. So is Meta.
How do I identify those creators?
So there are a few different places, right? So number one is within the TikTok Shop Affiliate Center, right? So in the Affiliate Center, you can actually see these creators. Now, before we get to creators, we're not quite done yet, right?
Okay,
so
great. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. So we've now identified the product. Now we need to actually make some content, right? So first, it's a content game. Sure, you can go ahead and try and get in touch with creators. The problem is they're going to see a target collab come in, right? It's going to come in from this brand, this $50 million brand. They're going to look and they're going to say, well, they've done no sales. I am not going to risk taking this product and doing no sales. Maybe they'll take the product just because they're like, good product. They're not going to spend any time on your brand, right? So that's what you need to know. Then, so the whole idea at this point is to try to get 1,000 sales and 100 reviews on your product. Now, did I make that number up arbitrarily? Yes. The reason why I did is it's just an easy one to remember.
Do you mean 100 sales, 100 sales, 1,000 views?
No, reviews. So 1,000 sales on the product, 100 reviews on the product, right? What this does is this immediately tilts the relationship with the influencer to much more even, right? Now they're looking at you evenly rather than looking down on you as a brand that has no sales, right? So it has to be on a specific product, the one that you're trying to get out to them. So you're trying to get that first 1,000 sales and 100 reviews. Now, the way that you're going to do that is, yes, number one, you can send a bunch of product out. You're not going to get great influencers at first. That's a problem if you just go ahead and send it out. So instead, what you want to do is you want to send out product to people specifically to make content, right? So if you already have influencer relationships and people who can make UGC, awesome. If you have some ads that have done really well on TikTok specifically before, make those into TikTok Shop specific ads, right? This is the time where you're going to start to test out content with some of these lower creators, right? And you're going to find them on TikTok Shop Affiliate Center, maybe places like Join Brands. You're going to go through creator networks, whatever you can do to get as much content out there as possible, and then put ad dollars behind it. This is where you're going to really find where your break even is as well, right? So your break even with ads, you're just trying to break even up until this point, till you get to 1,000 sales and 100 reviews. Okay. Once you get to that point, you're then going to start to reach out to bigger creators, right? So once you have that, then you're going to start to do target collaborations with bigger creators and try to get them to take you on by offering much higher affiliate commission than you would normally be comfortable with. So you're going to offer like 40% affiliate commission just to get some big creators on board and get them making money. Now, here's one of the other like little secrets that I don't think anybody really realizes. And we know this because we are creator centric, right? We're just thinking, we're like, what do these creators want exactly? And so I've interviewed them for hours just to ask, like, what is the thing behind the thing that you want, right? What they want is they want a commitment of ad spend behind the videos that they make. So one of the best things that you can do is actually create some kind of relationship where you're paying them a small retainer to make a certain amount of videos. So here's one of the things that we aim for. I'll tell you exact numbers. We aim for $1,500 for 20 videos from top creators, right? Ones that do at least $100,000. So we're getting 20 videos out of the minimum, right? Normally they'll do way more than that, but this is the contract that we have. Then we also
just so I understand that contract, you pay $1,500 to one creator. That creator gives you 20 videos.
Yeah,
exactly. Often more. And okay, and then those videos. So keep going. Then what do you do with those videos?
So then with those videos, we take those and we commit to putting a certain amount of ad spend behind it, whether that's anywhere usually between $2,000 and $5,000.
So you're telling them that when you make the exchange on $1,500 for the videos, right? You're saying, hey, I'm going to pay you for the videos, and then I'm also going to commit to putting money behind these videos.
I'm going to also commit to putting money behind the videos, and I'm going to pay you this commission, right?
Okay, yeah, got it. So got it, great, yeah.
Now,
are they getting commissioned? Are they getting commissioned on the on purchases that are driven by ad spend?
Yes, they are.
Okay,
yes.
great.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So that is a great deal for them.
It's a great deal for them. So if they have a video that takes off.
This is a classic thing. Like one of the things I hear you saying here, Jordan, is that like to win for your brand, you cannot try to exploit people. Like totally. they are very win-win. Valuable. This is how partnerships work in business. You should want them to make a bunch of money.
Yeah, totally. So brands will come to me and be like, oh, that's not fair. It's like, really? I think it's actually the most fair thing, right? Yeah. That like, this is how, and because your ad cost is going to be so much less because this content works so well, right? Like this is the way. We're not trying to take advantage of each other. We're trying to win together. Now, if your brand doesn't have good margins, this isn't going to work for you. If you don't have at least 70% retail margins, don't go into this.
Yeah.
Right. It's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
So, or sorry, 70% D2C margins.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you mean landed to the customer? Like what all are you including in that margin calculation? Just to be as clear as possible for people.
Yeah, I'm including landed, like including shipping.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. 70% margin. That's a lot of margin. I mean,
most brands that we see have somewhere in that sort of range.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. After shipping, after everything I'm factoring in there, 70 is a lot. That's, I mean, I think maybe especially like in beauty, personal care, supplements, those kind of spaces, they're all getting up there for sure. But that's specifically those categories. A lot of the times, apparel's not getting there typically once you net the return rate out.
That's a good point. So doing the calculation for yourself though, just go and do it on ChatGPT, right? Like that's the easiest way is just to go put all your numbers in and see if this is going to net out with you getting somewhere around a 3 return on ad spend at scale.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get a 3 return on ad spend, you can win. Yeah.